Three Mathematical Principles to Boost Success in Yoga by Krishna's Mercy.
Neha bikramna shosti. Pratyavayo na vidyate. Swalpam ape asya dharmasya. Trayate mahato bhayat. Quote, in this endeavor there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita, 2.40.
His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada intentionally translates the Sanskrit terms of Bhakti Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhagavata Dharma, and Sanatana Dharma as Krishna consciousness. This is because in the final conclusion, Vedanta, it is consciousness which matters most. That is to say, consciousness is the actual determining factor between religious and non-religious. The Vedic principles are based on just that, principles. There is a relationship between the individual and God. This relationship is based on scientific properties. Those properties can be learned, creating what is known as jnana, but they can only be verified through experience, or what is known as vijnana. Sanatana Dharma is both religion and philosophy. It is a way of life, not just a set of rules to follow. It is an experience that can continue without end, anatta. The principles are always set. They are like inviolable rules of metaphysics. Since they have no beginning, the way of life is also anadi. Following those principles makes an impact on consciousness, and it is consciousness which guides the direction moving forward. Sri Krishna makes the comparison to the air-carrying scents, which may be sourced in a different location from which they are later noticed.
Shariran yad avapnoti. Yach chape utkramti shvara. Grihitvetani sanyati. Vayur gandhan ivashat. Quote, the living entity in the material world carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another as the air carries aromas. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita, 15.8.
Consciousness is everything, and this requires a philosophical understanding. At the same time, if we prefer absolutes, rules that show this and that, we can still use mathematical principles to understand our progress. There are different ways that math can play a role in our success in yoga. 1. 1 plus 1. This is one way to define yoga. It is one entity joining with another. If we consider ourselves to be the first entity, it is like we are adding a constant companion. That companion has always been there, we have merely failed to notice their presence. It is like two birds are sitting on the branch of a tree. One bird is enjoying a particular fruit. There is action and reaction. There is choice and consequence. There is before and after. Whether the end result is favorable or unfavorable, the bird makes the choice and has to live with the results of that choice. The other bird merely observes. It is not implicated in any of the decisions. That bird is a constant. It is always witnessing. The bird enjoying the fruit can take advice from this second bird. It can tap into a storehouse of wisdom, but only if it knows about the reference material that is available. The living entities are like the first bird. We make these choices, karma, and then associate with the results, phala. This sequence of events can continue for lifetime after lifetime. In each of those lifetimes, the second bird is with us. He is like our greatest well-wisher. He is the all-pervading witness. Yoga is for accessing the second bird. It is linking up in a truly meaningful partnership. The symbolic representation of this union is the sacred Bhagavad-gita conversation between Arjuna and Sri Krishna. In the simplest representation, yoga is 1 plus 1. 2. Addition by subtraction. This term is often used jokingly. If a company has hired a new employee who later turns out to be a drag, they might be referred to as a negative resource. The team operated better when the employee was not there. Simply by subtracting one member, there can be addition in terms of efficiency and output. In the same way, one of the principles of genuine yoga practice is anarthanvriti. This is applying renunciation specifically targeted at unwanted behavior. That which is not profitable, anartha, gets intentionally removed. It may feel like torture in the beginning. I desperately want to indulge desires for sense objects. I want to wager on the big game. I want to taste animal flesh again, or I want to feel the buzz of intoxication. Since I am following yoga, I vow to at least try to minimize these indulgences, if not remove them altogether. This is actually adding to my overall well-being. It is adding by removing. I am reaching towards a higher consciousness without having to spend thousands of dollars, traveling to a new destination, or making other drastic and expensive changes. 3. A monotonically increasing function. We may be concerned about the progress attached to yoga practice. Specifically, how do we safeguard that progress? If we fail to achieve everything prior to the moment of departure, which is never truly known beforehand, does not our progress vanish?
Kachin-nobhya vibhrashtash. Chinnabhram iv nashati. Apratishto mahabaho. Vimudho brahmanah pathi. Quote, O mighty armed Krishna, does not such a man, being deviated from the path of transcendence, perish like a riven cloud, with no position in any sphere? Arjuna, Bhagavad-gita, 6.38.
The second bird, the all-pervading witness, gives assurance that there is no loss. He is both Paramatma and Parameshvara. He monitors the progress. Since Bhakti Yoga is in his honor, there is no destruction influenced by time in the material world. The progress in devotional service is therefore something like a monotonically increasing function, like the account numbers auto-generated in a database. To find the most recent sale in the e-commerce system, we merely query for the highest transaction number in one of the tables. We are confident that this is the most recent sale because of the monotonically increasing nature of the transaction numbers. Our most recent work in Bhakti Yoga manifests itself in the next life, either through complete liberation from birth and death or auspicious circumstances for continuing in the progress. This means that Bhakti Yoga has safety from all sides, whether considering philosophically, emotionally, or rationally. In closing, mathematical principles apply. Like 1 + 1 to try. Or in special way addition. Renunciation and tradition. Like numbers already to increase. Against fear of loss relief. That yoga always benefiting me. Through Krishna's satisfaction to see.